Welcome into the KSR Football Podcast presented by Friends of Cole, friendsofcolekentucky.org. They've been friends with Kentucky for a while. So is Cole. It's resilient, reliable, and what's the third one? There's a third one. What's the third one, Drew? Come on. Resilient, reliable, future.
Reusable.
Is it?
Recyclable.
I don't think that's how it works. But Friends of Cole. They're friends with us. You should be friends with them too. friendsofcolekentucky.org. I got to start with the chat because normally the KSR Football Podcast does not open with the chat popping, but Michael Bratton from that SEC podcast is here. And you know what? I appreciate the views, Michael, but I don't need to hear from you right now. All right? We've heard from enough Vols this weekend. I don't need to hear from you, okay? Just get out of here. Yeah. Don't get. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of those Vols showing up today. I'm Nick Roush. He's Drew Franklin, Adam Luckett, and Van Hiles, who Van has experienced some games like this before. Van, it's no fun playing that team from Knoxville, is it?
Yeah, I never beat them. And the closest we got is when I was out with concussion issue my junior year. So, my senior year, we had them scared in the first half. Then they intentionally hurt it. I won't say intentionally, but Chris Ward, our best defensive end, got hurt, and then it was ball game. We were unable to get pressure on Peyton the rest of the game, and they kind of handed it to us the second half.
Oh, so these sounds like a familiar story, and my microphone goes falling down. We're all out of sorts, but, that's what happens when you get your bell rung, 56-34. Tennessee scored 56. They could have punched in another score late, and it feels like they could have gotten to 70, Drew. Kentucky got some stops early, but they were bleeding quickly, especially once the second half started.
Yeah, I was on 70 watch. I had them there for a little bit. They were on a good pace. Let up in the end. Kind of surprising from Heupel. I thought maybe he would have wanted a little bit more. But when you go back to the beginning, the moment you spot them a defensive touchdown, that's over. Let's just be honest. You already weren't stopping their offense. When you start throwing in bonus touchdowns, there was just no chance Kentucky was going to be able to keep up in that game. So add it to the list of, I guess that's now 5 for Heupel when they've just come in and done whatever they really wanted.
Oh, and Luckett, the other thing they like to do is they like to score pretty much instantly. It's like the game starts and then Heupel's got 7 points. You're just playing from behind the entire time.
Yeah, they've scored an opening drive touchdown in this game in 5 plays or less every game but 2024 down there. And not only that, the worst one, Nick, they didn't get any points out of the 2-minute drill last year, but in the other 4 games under Heupel, they've scored 20 total points in a 2-minute drill before half. And I wrote about this. Most of those drives it's not like the drive's starting with 3 or 4 minutes left. Those drives are starting with like $1:30, $1:10, 48 seconds left. You're watching the same movie in a lot of ways. When those two teams play, Kentucky they're having a hard time just getting that figured out.
Well, let's get on the 2-minute defense for a minute because this isn't a one-off. So, Van, what the hell's going on in the 2-minute defense? Like, what the hell? Oh, gosh.
Oh, man.
It's bad when Van starts wiping his head and he's just –
When you cannot cover, it is – okay, it's like, as I said weeks ago, that the secondary has not played well besides a few interceptions. They got exposed last week. Or this week, I guess. Last week, they skated by the skin of their teeth by Orts not connecting on open receivers. This week, Aguilar hit every deep ball he could. When your corners cannot cover on an island, and when your linebackers are horrible in zone coverage, what else can you do? The IQ of our defensive back 7 is not very good. Because I would tell you, the front 4 played another good game. They were close to getting sacks, hits, pressures. But when your back 7 cannot hold water for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, things like that are going to happen.
I don't know what your exact verbiage there was, but it wasn't too much different than what Stoops said after the game, where it was like, well, what can you do? Which, I don't know. That doesn't sound like a very good excuse to me.
All right. What can I do with my old self in a room full of supermodels and I have no money? You know what I'm saying? I can't morph into Brad Pitt or Denzel or Idris Elba, and I don't have any cash, and I look bummy.
Well, okay. All right. So
hold on. I think you can pull off Idris Elba. I see it a little bit. I see it.
Let's run with this analogy, though. Van, this isn't the first time that you've walked into the room with the supermodels and you didn't have money. Maybe in year one, you walk in and you're like, man, I ain't got no money. I gotta figure something out. Like, you might go to the Goodwill, find a nice suit, right? Like, just try to dress it up a little bit. There are things you can do to try or at least get there. I mean, it's year 5 and they're still just kind of doing whatever they want against you,
Fair enough. One year they ran quarters coverage and succeed. The next year they try to run quarters with allowing Valentine, it seemed like, to play a little man. Didn't work. This year they ran single high man under. Didn't work. And on one play they blitzed 6 and didn't work. You can't roll coverage because they're too horizontally split. You usually can roll coverage to one back corner, but when both your corners getting torched, you can't roll both ways.
Well, and that goes back to let's say you are just kind of cooked, right? You can't also give them 14 points and not take the ball away at all. And some of that's dumb luck. I mean, give credit to that guy. The tip pick in return for that's just dude, that's an awesome play. But the fumble, I mean, we've seen a lot of Kentucky football plays over the years, Drew. What the hell was that? That is the most Kentucky of all Kentucky football plays.
That's like a blooper that you don't just put on the not top 10. It's part of the intro package to set up the top 10 every week. It's just constantly a blooper people will share. And I don't know if y'all have seen this. Maybe this is nothing, but there's a clip going around where it looks like Harley Gilmore is actually trying to lateral it out, so it didn't even start with a real fumble. It's like he was actively trying. It's hard to tell, but regardless, it's a complete circus of a play on top of everything that's happened this season and the current scenario around the team. For them to do that against Tennessee in a rivalry game in that moment, you just have to put your face in your paw in your hands and give up at that point.
The other thing I've seen going around is the screen grab of Boley trying to catch the guy on the pick 6, and I mean, he landed with his teeth first. I mean, it is just – it's remember planking? Remember that was a thing?
Yeah.
All right, what's a dumber trend, planking or 6'7"? I don't – Are your high school kids doing that too, Van? They have to be, right?
Yeah, it's got to be 6'7" because the origin sucks.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
It's it's not even. There's nothing to it was in a song and some kids started doing it. It should be the was it Mo? No, Sam Cassell, right? That's cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
but
dude, it's so bad at football games when someone scores and the other team score and it's 6'7". It's it's ridiculous. You can't avoid it. It's unavoidable. It's crazy.
Nick, I think you have to admit, planking actually, I thought it had a moment where it was pretty good. When people would plank in the most obscure places, they'd climb up on top of something and just plank. I feel like it had a good couple days on the internet. 6'7's never had that.
That's true. That's true. And I'm pretty sure, I believe it was an old KSR post where you were just, it might have even been Bosner, was just photoshopping people planking in historic UK moments.
That sounds about right. Sounds like something that would be on my resume.
No,
do it.
So the game where we gave up 57 points and we scored 67. When we scored 67, players on the sideline said, "Coach, let's go for 2 so we get to 6-7." That's how crazy. And that's a true story. They were like, "Coach, let's go for 2." That's how crazy that is.
I thought you were going to say you had 67 and they were like, "Coach, let's go for 2." I mean, you know. Oh, man. I'm glad we got off the rails for a moment because we have to continue to talk about Kentucky losing to Tennessee. It's not very fun. But hey, at least they're scoring points. I mean, the 11 personnel guarantee, it delivered.
Yeah, people didn't want to see boring football. They didn't see boring football on Saturday. That was an entertaining game. But guess what? It's not very fun watching the other team throw for what feels like 1,000 yards, and that you know they really had no chance to stop them. That's almost, to me, that's almost worse. And so, yeah, bad matchup. But again, like I think to Van's point, they can't cover. It's kind of similar to the offensive line situation last year. You can't block. What are you going to do? You can't cover. What are you going to do? So I just come back to roster building. So like, okay, why are we here? That's the question you have to ask. Why are we here? The roster building, like it all comes back to that. Everything comes back to that. But yeah, to win in football, you have to block, tackle, and cover. I thought Vance brought up a good point. The zone coverage, the linebackers, that's been an issue. Where I think De'Aaron Jackson, people didn't kind of appreciate just how good he was.
Or the guys prior, DeAndre Square, Josh Jones, the guys prior were so much better. And as defensive backs, the pass game is all on us, 100% on us. If the linebackers stink, we're gonna stink. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. This game wasn't a linebacker game. This game was a corner game. But in general, games prior, linebackers are so integral in the pass game, especially when you do a lot of zone. It's not talked about enough. But you cannot say that about this game. The corners gave up almost 250 yards on like 5 or 6 passes. Those are all on corners.
The other part too is that Rayner is a lighter guy who had PBUs when he would come in the reserve role beforehand. That was supposed to be a strength of his, being able to go sideline to sideline, being in coverage. Alex Afari started as a nickel, right? He was a DB. One would think that they would be good at coverage, and this gets me to a question from our friend Walker Yaw, who said, who coaches the linebackers? That would be Mark's brother, Mike Stoops, which surprised he doesn't catch a little more flack. He caught a lot of it in the later days at Oklahoma. I guess there's so many that can catch flack on this coaching staff that, you know, that's kind of way down the pecking order.
It's like the free square on bingo. Everyone knows that complaint. We just skip over it. Everyone's got that one.
Whoa. Right. I thought Bufano was the free square. Now we got 2 free squares?
I mean, it's a bingo.
I'm going to get bingo every time.
Well, it's a bingo of bad coaching, and that's the other part that is – I mean, it's back-to-back years, you know? Like that, it's not just something new. They don't look well coached. But, well, again, I think we can say, at least on the other side of the ball, they do look pretty well coached. Like, who would have thought that in last Monday of October we'd be saying, you know what, Bush Hamden doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, they have something brewing, something I think could be sustainable. And if they ever get this run game back going again, I think you should be intrigued by what the offense is doing and what it could become this year, and potentially maybe next year if all the pieces return. Like they're doing some real, I think, stuff that is sustainable on offense, and I just like the plan overall of how they're getting the ball out quick, moving Cutter around. Cutter's making good decisions. They're chasing completions. And even in this game, I think you saw them. They took some shots one-on-one in man coverage, and they actually won on some of them. And so I like what's going on offensively.
I heard a hum there. What's the?
It's all interesting. It's all interesting, right? I mean, I thought Butch Hamden was a horrible coach. He can't call a game. Then he put 2 games together, and it's like, whoa, he's a great. Oh, or could it be that they found a quarterback? Could it be? Could it round in the shape that the quarterback is playing at a level that makes it easier to call plays on Saturdays, or he execute? As Derek Terry tweeted this weekend when he said, "Is it not interesting that Stoops is on the outs, but he finds a high school quarterback that he's developed?" It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
As Adam always says, what a sport.
The part though, Van, like you're right, and there's definitely like Bush is setting him up like it goes hand in hand. But really, I think of all of the mistakes that this coaching staff has made, the biggest one is spending your whole summer talking about how great Cutter Boley was, but not playing his ass. I mean, and I'm not saying not even just starting him right away, but like he was getting all of the reps in practice with the ones during fall camp. Like, if Cutter's playing so well, why did you even waste your time with Calzada?
Yeah, I think they've done a good job too, I think, of kind of tweaking what they're doing offensively with a lot of the quick, short passing game stuff. All of a sudden, they're kind of a pass-heavy offense, but they're just taking the snap and getting the ball out fast, throwing it, getting on the perimeter. So you have to give them credit for kind of making some changes. But I think, again, Nick, the point you're bringing up there is the roster building. Like, it just seems like their plan just didn't work, and now they're having to just totally throw it out and kind of, I think, tinker and adjust on the fly. We've seen that happen with the offense the last couple of weeks. And then I think you hear Mark Stoops today, and that's basically what he said in so many words, was that, we did as good as we could. Issues. We've got some personnel issues, and we're going to have to figure out what these guys can do well and just get good at that.
I told my parents I did as good as I could when I finished in 15th out of 16 people in a 6-year-old swim meet. That's what I would say. I did as good as I could.
Did you do your best?
I probably didn't, but that was my excuse. I tried. Lay off me, I tried. I feel like that's what Mark Stoops is saying. Lay off me, I tried my best.
That is what he said today, though. Specifically, it was asked about balancing the budget. And he said, I think you could see, and everybody can, that we are definitely better in certain areas. I understand we're not complete. You look at your record. I'm not naive to that, but we are definitely better in making strides. Revenue sharing definitely helped. So we're far better. Record may not indicate that, but you see the progress. You see the young guys. And so we did as good as we could. First off, the young guys clearly are not the issue. It's the other guys that you brought in. It's Kevis Thomas you brought in to be in your 2 deep at cornerback, and you can't play him. You have an injury. You just can't play this guy. This guy had to come in and be a second corner, and you cannot play him because he just gets run by.
It's his fault.
Like that. And I understand that, yes, you had to address some other areas first. But then the other part of this quote where he continues, we had more resources. I'm grateful for it, You still have to build a roster over the course of at least 2 or 3. What year is it for Kurt Signetti, Drew?
It is his second season.
How many games has he lost?
1.
Technically 2, and one of them was in the college football playoff. Maybe you give them a little bit of credit there. They're going to go back to the college football playoff. I know somebody else who did a pretty decent roster. It's one of your rivals. I guess Indiana technically not a rival anymore, but Louisville, they were in the ACC championship game in the first year with transfer portal players. I mean,
This was the time to make a move. Look at the top 25 graphic with the logos that On3 shares. There's just logos that have never been in that before. It proves that it can be done, and this was the time to do it. And Kentucky went the other way and is at the bottom of the Power Four when several others took advantage of an opportunity when they expanded the playoffs and changed all these rules in this chaos.
The other part too is it goes back to what we were just talking about with the corners where Stoops like stops himself. I don't want to make excuses or, he got asked point blank, is that the best game that Bush Hamden's called? And he's like, well, I don't want to say it in that exact words because it'll make it a quote. I'm like, Mark, you made plenty of quotes today, buddy. Can you not throw the guy a bone for a second? Like, hey, you have 5 touchdowns. You've never had a quarterback throw 4 touchdowns in a game.
We don't have to talk about the 2 touchdowns or less streak anymore. They just totally got rid of a huge kind of thing that was an easy talking point for everyone.
You should make that a quote.
I felt a weight come off when that streak ended. We've talked about it so much.
And they did in one half.
Yeah. And it was explosives, which we don't see often. And then they backed it up with that 10-minute drive. I mean, they needed it to be 11 minutes because he gave Tennessee 90 seconds. But, he scored too quick on a 10-minute drive.
Tennessee had 1 timeout.
Didn't use the timeout. Like, they went and scored a touchdown and didn't use the timeout.
Wow.
We've reached the point where you would think if you were just watching, like, what are these guys laughing about so much? Did they beat Tennessee? Is this the Jeff Picorro laugh after a crazy touchdown? No, laughing through the pain. Just laughing through the pain.
Yeah, we're at that point in the misery where it doesn't hurt anymore. All you can do is laugh. I think we've each said this a couple times in the last few weeks. Football can't hurt us anymore.
Oh, no, it can. It can, brother. God. I'm going to ask Luckett because Luckett had it far worse, but
no one had as rough as Brandon Walker. No one had a weekend like Brandon Walker did.
Yeah.
It's tough.
That, somebody always has it worse. So I appreciate that. But primetime NFL games, I hate them. I cannot. It's back-to-back primetime games where I get all hyped up and it's like a close game and then you think they're going to win and then they just start puking all over themselves or just not guarding somebody. First it was Jamar Chase and you're like, okay, like he's the best receiver in the NFL. Tucker Kraft was like the damn Gronk out there. And Travis Kelce combined. And then here I am, we're up till 4 a.m. on Saturday, and now it's 12:15, and I'm just fuming, staring at the ceiling. Like, why am I here? Why am I doing this to myself? Like, what? That's just
I'm watching the highlights right now. It's good time.
Yeah. But Luckett, tell us about your NFL Sunday. I don't let misery have company, please.
Yeah, but we had a ball. We had a great day until the fourth quarter. So that was that. Everything was going our way and enjoying it. And then the fourth quarter, it was honestly, I was just numb. I was like, did that really just happen? And so that was my Sunday. Then we went and ate our feelings at Skyline, and that was kind of how we handled it.
When the running back throws the touchdown, that
was right in front of me. I saw that whole thing break out.
Man.
I didn't think he was going to throw it.
I didn't either.
He was just going to jog out of bounds, and all of a sudden just flicks it.
And then he threw it. I was like, well, he's covered up here. This thing's probably going to get batted up in the air. And he just catches it. I was just like, wow, well, this is something.
While we're on that, Kendrick Law, dude has a cannon. Oh my God.
Yeah. That ball still hadn't landed.
It looked like Josh Forrest throwing the ball out of the end zone. I mean, my God, it's incredible.
Couldn't have been me with the Willie Rodriguez anytime touchdown bet, hoping that would land.
Oh,
he
man.
was wide open, and that, like I said, I think that ball is still on the way up today.
I mean, the where the ball fell,
it fell like a yard short. Like if Willie would have been in the middle of the end zone, perfect. Willie was just on the 20 though, so like.
But hey, run that again. I like it. We'll just dial him back a little bit. He was amped up. That was his first pass attempt. He'll get that tuned in. I say keep that in the playbook.
He had gloves on. He had gloves on. That was the reason. I promise you.
He did have a nice.
Who threw it farther right there towards that end zone? Him or Josh Forrest in the Louisville game on the run back? Similar throws from the same spot on the field, really.
We don't give the Josh Forrest throw out of the end zone enough credit as the funniest touchdown celebration, maybe in Kentucky football history. I'm trying to rack my brain, but I can't.
It's up there. We've had some sad ones. Like, didn't we have a guy get hurt celebrating? Not like in the Stoops era.
AJ Rose with the deuces before he fumbled it. That was, I mean, not technically a touchdown celebration.
That was bad because we didn't even score. We didn't even get points out of that.
I know.
Worse. Oh my God.
Was that the 42-41 game too?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
I was at that one too.
That's
it off.
That's a long history of us getting inside the 5-yard line and not scoring. It's a long history of getting an end goal and not putting points on the board.
I mean, we really like what have we not seen yet at this point this year of just sad awfulness? I mean, we've got the paper bags on the head. I mean, we haven't done the shirtless section the with the guys. I mean, that's
KS board starting one. Did you see it? There's one brewing for the Florida game.
A player at a concession stand. We haven't gotten that yet.
It was within a calendar year, though. It was within 365 days.
That's fair. You're right.
Oh,
I wish Steven were here where I could see him. I know he can hear me, but Steven and I saw a UK fan throw up on himself at the Tennessee game. It was one of the more disgusting things I've ever seen in my life. Saw that Saturday night.
When I was going through last year's Tennessee game, I had to make sure I included in the post that Kentucky was getting ready to score a touchdown before halftime, and Mincy got a holding penalty that made him settle for a field goal. That guy. The transfer portal roster construction, doing a great job.
This is fun.
Yeah, we just gotta kind of laugh through.
Core memories here for the Kentucky football fans.
Oh, and now we get to go watch Kentucky play at a place where they've only won once since 1960. So, I'm sure it'll go well.
But last time we played Auburn with a crowd, I'm trying to think of a stat that's positive. Wasn't it 2009 when they won? We haven't played them much since.
Was that the last?
There was no crowd, so we'll throw that
right.
out.
2015 Thursday night game.
That was here though, at least.
Yeah, 2010 or 2009. Yeah, will be the last time.
So last time we were down there with crowd noise, we won. Look at that.
Will Fiddler football.
I'm trying to talk us into some.
That's the way to pull it. That's a good job, Julie. You had you pulled out lit balls and everything to fight that one.
Yeah,
Was that Cobb wearing Dickie Lyons' jersey? Was that game?
No.
Or was that
No, that was a different year.
I think it was.
But Cobb, they went Wildcat and then won. That's how they won the game.
No, not on Will Fiddler's arm.
Cobb's best Auburn game is when he and Cam Newton were just trading heavyweight blows in Lexington. We ended up not winning that one, but that was a classic. They were basically playing one-on-one out there, it seemed like.
Gene Chizik, I saw him doing story time not that long ago, and before that game, it was their first road trip, and so everybody had to have their licenses and stuff to get on the plane, and Cam did not have one in time, and Chizik's, he's waiting for basically waiting for his guys to show up and say, all right, time to get on the bus and go, and the guy shows up and he's like, well, what are we waiting on? He's like, there's no Cam yet. He said, all right, well, we're leaving. And the guy started freaking out, and he's like, I knew Cam didn't have his license ready. We already had somebody working on it for him. But he basically just tried to scare the hell out of Cam Newton to get his act together. I wish he would have just left him on the bus. Kentucky might have won that game. Yeah. Or off the bus.
They was flying commercial? Why would he need his driver's license? They were not charter flying?
I don't know.
Dude, what? Are you telling me Auburn with all that money couldn't charter a flight to Kentucky?
Would you still need a license to charter one? I mean,
they would give a log. You wouldn't have to go through TSA, but they have a log. They might need everyone's. I don't know.
Dude, we went straight to the
I work for
plane.
KSR. What are you talking about? Planes and charters. We get in the car and go.
Hey, Gene is lying.
We charter my
That's not a real
Civic.
story.
That's how we
Gene is
roll.
lying. That's a made-up story. It's no way.
oh man.
Get out of here.
So Nick, you're not making the trip to the plains though. So is this Luckett
No.
flying solo?
It's a lucky
Yeah.
week special.
Yeah, I'm going to Austin for a wedding. It's like the last. I guess there's one more cousin who hasn't gotten married, but it's kind of the last hurrah. So we're gonna go down there. Although, correct me if I'm wrong. Texas, not a gambling state,
It's not.
right?
Right.
Yeah, but they're also not a horse gambling state too. And Breeders' Cup is this weekend. I mean, what is wrong with you, Texas? Like, get it together. Which, by the way, we're going to have a handicapper on the YouTube channel tomorrow to give out some picks for Breeders' Cup weekend. So a little sovereignty versus journalism, part 3. So that's be a good time. So tune in the YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribing and go check that out. Also, check out our friends at Brunt. Okay, this is real testimony. So we park in a garage every Saturday. And as we leave, there's always this group on a hill where there's a guy on a microphone and he's just talking trash to opposing fans. Well, this week, in between talking trash to Tennessee fans, he was karaokeing. I was like, hey, that's calling my name. So I had to get up there and do some karaoke. And when I walk up, we're talking. He's like, you got the Brunt on? I'm like, of course I got the Brunt on. Everybody needs to have the Brunt workwear on. BruntWorkwear.com/KSR. They've got the most comfortable boots. It's going to be raining all week here in the Commonwealth. It's getting colder, getting a little bit chillier. I'm going to be happy to have my Brunt workwear on because they're reliable, they're waterproof, and also they're comfortable. No problem walking all around Kroger Field in my Brunt. I've got the Marin boots. They've also got the Omen, the slip-ons. I like lacing them up, though. Kind of old school. It's where comfortability meets durability. And they don't just have boots. They've got a full range of high-performance gear that's built for tough jobs. From heavy-duty work pants to weather-resistant jackets, Brunt designs durable, reliable workwear to keep you protected and productive in any condition. So for a limited time, our listeners get $10 off when you use code KSR at checkout. You don't cut corners, and neither does Brunt. Visit BruntWorkwear.com/KSR to make your workday a better day with Brunt. I'm wondering how much Peak's going to use in my karaoke performance. I thought I killed it.
There's video that exists of this performance.
Yes. It's going to be on the YouTubes. Yeah.
Good. Looking forward to that. Peak's done a good job with those all year. It'd be nice to have a little sing-along in this one.
Speaking of, I know early on in the year, he got the conversation going about in-game stadium atmosphere. Dude, the new lights at Kroger Field, those were awesome.
I want to see what they are up close. Because they're everywhere. Are they like stick-ons? Because they're like on the handrails in every section, and they're just kind of scattered all over the place. But I'm with you. It just adds more to the night experience. Ever since they had the ribbon board and the blue lights at the top, it's been getting better and better. And this is just another step to making it more energetic in there. So just something about nighttime, even when the game sucks, when they get the lights going, it just adds more to the experience.
Well, they had it on the hats of the marching band, the baton twirlers. Like, it was a very cool – it was one of those, if you showed up, 15 minutes before kickoff, you were going to get a treat. And maybe they should have told people. that they were doing something cool and new. I know it's a wild concept to promote your football program. We found out at 11:08 on a Friday night that they were wearing all black uniforms.
Also, was anything going on Friday night that might have been distracting?
It was you all had already rapidly reacted to we had like 15,000 views on the rapid reaction of the Purdue game, and they're like, all blacked out uniforms, here they come. Like, what? This is probably the third biggest money making day of the year, and you're just not going to tweet about it? Like, why? What? I don't.
Saturday morning, I had not just a couple of DMs on Twitter, but I had like an actual email from fans saying, hey, I'm not real clear. Are we wearing blue or black? And I thought, if you're emailing me, who doesn't even work there, on a Saturday morning to ask what to wear, then the ball has been dropped on their end.
It's a little thing, but like it's tweeting. I do it every day, all the time. It's a part of my job. It's just what you do. Like, it's not. We're not asking too much here. Just cover, and just cover, right? Tackle.
Or maybe they in on it because if the fans don't show up, it puts pressure on the administration to get rid of the current. That's what they're in on it too.
Inside job.
Inside job. They thinking.
Do the wind horse. Do the windy.
So good job, everybody. We made it 36 minutes of a football show without talking about Mark Stoops getting fired. Congratulations. We did it. I try to delay this conversation because, Drew, how many times have you had this conversation in the last week or 2 weeks or 3?
Every moment I'm breathing, it feels like.
Yeah. And, what more can you say in a lot of instances? I know, Matt played the percentage chance game today and upped it to 85-90 that Stoops isn't going to be here. So, that's okay. That's a little bit of change in conversation. But the boards were going wild on Sunday, Van. I don't know. People thought that something might happen. But after the South Carolina game, I said, guys, this is going to get bad. This is going to get very bad. Buckle up. And I don't think people I should have spelled it out further. Part of the reason it was going to get very bad is because nothing was going to change. The results of the Tennessee and Texas game were not going to matter. Maybe they'd matter if you beat Texas and then you went on a run. But I looked up our prediction thing, the giant card, the graphic of all of the predictions, preseason predictions. You know how many people picked? We have 14 people who cover Kentucky predicting those 2 games. You know how many people predict us to win one of those? 2 out of 14. Yeah. Peak was one. What an idiot. But no, that was not going to change anything. All of a sudden we're having this Sunday blockbuster surprise. And that's part of what makes this thing really suck, Luckett, is that we're just stuck because you have to play the waiting game. Part of it's the buyout, part of it's the AD. Mitch was always going to let him play these games, so you have to play the games, and you just got to sit in your misery for a while.
You're on a ride. The ride's not over yet. You got to wait till the ride's over. It's out of your control. So, yeah.
And here's the other thing that somebody's probably going to say in the chat. Hey, LSU fired Brian Kelly. All these other coaches are getting fired. Why are we doing it? I think the Brian Kelly situation is a little bit different, Van. Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's a lot different. LSU won a national championship a few years ago.
Yeah, and the governor stepped in.
Not too long ago.
Is that the most Louisiana thing ever, Van? That the governor's like, yeah.
Here is some inside information from the great state probably ranked 59th in education, but 49th in education. Here's the thing: did you guys know that the governor hires the board of regents for LSU?
So it's the governor's school. Yeah.
The individual hires the guy who fires and hires the next coach. So therefore, he has to be in on the hiring and firing. I know it seems weird because the headlines say, "Oh my God, Governor Landry is in on." He has to be because he is the guy who hires the people who fires the coach. So it's a weird deal.
How were you surprised at all by it, Van? Or
no. When they lost to the Vandy last week, right?
Yeah.
The writing was on the wall because when I saw their schedule, this was going to be a tough game, and they have like 2 more tough games. And when you lose to Vandy, there's no room for error. And right now, LSU has won. Look, LSU has won 3 national championships by 3 different coaches.
The last 3, 2, which
the last 3, yeah,
which is pretty wild. If you would give Nick Saban, okay, yeah, see him win 1. Les Miles, Ed O, and Brian Kelly, and Brian Kelly is the one who didn't win a national championship.
Ed Orgeron is a caricature for a head coach, and that won a national championship. I guess when you have the best quarterback and 2 of the best wide receivers in the country, I guess that kind of helps you win a national championship.
First round corner. Was Stingley a top 5 pick?
No. Stingley came later.
Oh, he was the year after.
He was a freshman on that team.
Was he a freshman on that team?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something about that guy. That guy played in 2A against my school. He is the best corner in the country. He's playing in 2A football, which was crazy.
Well, all right. Well, while we're on the topic, just we don't need to talk anymore about Tennessee or Stoops. Whatever. Who's the best Louisiana football player you've seen?
I've seen personally, or in the history.
Like that? Did you got to? Even if it's just tape, like guys that you're coaching against or at your level or something like that. Because I know there's dogs all over that state all the time.
Wow, that is hard. Because one guy, I can't remember his name. We played a quarterback when I was in school from Burris, Louisiana. That was Cam Newton before Cam Newton. Cecil Collins was in high school. Warwick Dunn played. He was. And the crazy part about it, here's one of the crazy part, because I played football. I've known Warwick since he was 8. Warwick Dunn played on a team in high school. He wasn't the best running back. Think about that for a second. Kevin Franklin was a better high school running back than Warwick Dunn. Oh, dude, there's so many. Jeez. The Devontae Smith played for Amid in Louisiana. He's Philadelphia.
That school.
He was the best player on his high school team.
I believe that. That school just turns them out.
They wear the purple and gold jerseys too, I think.
Yeah.
And they are a 2A team above Hammond. It's not a big school. It's a community school. And those guys play together for a long time. And when they get to high school, it is a beast. Dude, there's so many. Trey Daz Green.
Dude, that guy.
We shut him down when we played him. So there's great guys. Yeah, Tyrann Matthew. I mean, you know who? What's the guy named that played for USC and John Curtis, who died?
Yes,
running back.
Joe McKnight.
Joe McKnight was a beast, dude.
He was a monster in high school.
He had that was an early high school tape, like a YouTube, like it was. Yeah, well, like it was like the kind of John Wall era, maybe even predating that. But you were like, this guy they got coming in for Reggie Bush is even better.
Yes. And I haven't even mentioned the Mannings.
Oh well, they're just all right. They're just okay.
There's a quick trivia question. If you want to know the only guy to intercept Peyton Manning in high school and college, you looking at him.
Oh.
That's a good one.
You have to give that one to Matt for KS Bar Trivia, Drew.
There's so many.
Let's get you on the Manning cast. It'll be a 30-point game tonight anyway. It'll be a blowout by the second quarter. Let's get you on there.
Yeah, I need to get on there. Yeah, dude, there's so many. And I'm leaving out players. I mean, Leonard Fournette.
Yeah. Be nice to have some of them good players, which I think to go back to roster construction and what you said earlier, Van, the irony in all of this is that they actually are doing pretty good with their high school players. Boley, could end up being the best quarterback Stoops has ever had. Jason Patterson, he led the team in receptions, but the guy who had the most receiving yards, it was DJ Miller's second game. He had a quad injury, preseason camp, couldn't get out there until after the second bye, and he has been awesome with a capital A. And two of his catches were just ad lib, off script, toe taps in the end zone for 2 touchdowns. I mean, most touchdown passes since Andre Woodson in 2007. First time Kentucky has had 2 receivers with 2 touchdowns in a game since 2011 against an SEC foe. Ole Miss in 2011. And you still had an empty stadium in the fourth quarter. And that, you of all the stuff about Stoops, that's just like what's gone wrong. I think the empty stadium with only your rival fans in the fourth quarter and back-to-back rivalry games, what more do you need to see?
Yeah.
Someone sent me a photo we were there, so we were living it, but someone sent me a photo yesterday. Their seat was perfect. You could just see nothing but orange across the way. And if you zoom in, it's hard to find a Kentucky fan in the crowd during the fourth quarter. Oh, look at this. Look at Peak producing on the spot.
And I will say this. I had both games on the same time. The same thing happened at LSU. All you saw was that maroon.
Yeah.
The student section was gone, and all you saw was maroon. It was kind of eerie that both games ended like that. That was on that time slot.
Program not in a very good place. Not in a very good place at all. So here's my question to you guys. Kentucky versus Auburn is the battle of fired coaches bowl, right? I mean, so what do we think happens? And does either one of those coaches lose their job if they lose the game on Sunday?
Are you saying it's a loser leaves town match, Nick Roush?
Oh, I think I am.
Yeah.
I think if it's Freeze that takes the loss at home, it's over.
Yes.
If Stoops loses, this movie just keeps playing. But I think it's the end of Freeze if he loses a home game to Kentucky, even though he just got their first big win at Arkansas last week. That's only one. And losing to a Kentucky team that's on – we know all the streaks. I don't think he could survive that if it happened to him. But Stoops, I think it would just – nothing would change.
So we're not going to be doing a rapid reaction on Sunday, Luckett, from middle of nowhere.
Stop Piggly Wiggly in Athens, Alabama. No, I don't know. I don't think so, Nick. I've talked about this multiple times. I've always thought like he's going to get these 2 games, and then the decision will be made one way or the other. And I still think we're on that timeline.
Yeah, and I know people want. Just because you want something to change doesn't mean it will. We had some very mad people on the line yesterday, but we probably got 2 more weeks of this, folks. So
you're saying he doesn't make it to Tennessee Tech?
He probably will, but might not. I mean, is Do we have another empty fourth quarter where a team with an interim head coach is beating your brains in?
Well, go back to last year. They played well against the ranked teams. It was teams like Auburn, teams like Florida, who are the teams that blasted them. So we'll see if, they keep saying they're improved. We'll see here in these games. But I think after these two games, a decision will be made one way or the other. And I think they'll probably make it known at that point. Tennessee Tech week would be my guess. Or we'll be hearing something. That's kind of where my head's at with the situation.
Are we going to get Mitch at the goalpost like they did Herm? Tennessee Tech, he's gonna pull up with a little smile on his face and he's gonna get the handshake, or are we gonna get that angle?
I don't think that's Mitch's style, but that would definitely be good for content.
We're gonna get another. I think a BBN Tonight interview too, a joint BBN Tonight interview would go over well. I think people would really love to see that.
What if they just ran it back in the office again? Championship wrestling belt behind them, just the whole thing.
Where did they even get the wrestling belt?
I forgot about the belt.
There was just so much going on. What a great camera angle. Look at us. We love each other. Everybody's focused on Tennessee Tech being a statement game, but if they don't put up a fight against Auburn, I think the statement game from the fans is going to be Florida.
I agree, Drew. I agree with that.
I think it comes before we get to Tennessee Tech if it doesn't look good this Saturday.
It's going to be cold at night.
Mm-hmm.
Other stuff's going on at that point. I don't know if there's going to be a huge – it's typically when attendance starts to drop a little bit, even when they're having good seasons. I agree.
Florida, it's not a Florida team to be excited about. Could anyone with tickets even name who coaches Florida right now?
You're right.
Florida doesn't travel like Tennessee or Texas do.
Especially not in the cold.
Yeah.
I got a question. That last graphic didn't have Vandy on. Are we just giving up? Are we forfeiting the Vandy game?
Oh, yeah. Peak's already waved the flag.
Peak scared to death of Diego Pavia. Just totally trembling at the thought of it. Thought of watching Kentucky try to stop Diego Pavia.
What's going on with Theo Vaughn and Pavia's mom? Is that
love always finds a way, Nick?
Hey, shoot, man. Shoot.
I mean, I think it was a joke that has become real life. Like if Mark Stoops showed up, if Mark Stoops wrecked a hot dog or Wienermobile into the Kroger field, came out with a hot dog suit and said, "I don't know who did this here." It's kind of what's happening.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Oh, man.
While we're talking about Theo Vaughn and the Vandy game that Stephen tried to delete, I would also like to delete that. That's going to be so nasty when it comes around. If they win this week, they have Texas, Auburn, then us. If they beat Texas and Auburn, and it's Diego's senior day, I know they just had game day, but that place is going to be nutty. And then you stay around and watch the Titans on Sunday.
He's going to find a way to get another year. I promise you. He's going to find a way to get another year. He has a good lawyer. He's going to find a way to get this 12th year.
I just imagine him showing up in a Morgan & Morgan commercial with an army of attorneys. Size matters, Diego Pavia. And he's like, does it? Oh. That the Vanderbilt game, that's the 11 personnel bowl game this year. So Friday night in Nashville. Drew, you might have to come down one night in Nashville. You can come buy a $100 bucket of beer with us again.
I do love a good $100 bucket of beer, and I do love my Tennessee Titans who play on that Sunday. I think it's most years I would love the doubleheader. It doesn't usually line up that way. This year it lines up, and I don't want to be anywhere near either of those teams in person.
You don't want to watch the Titans play? You got the number one pick.
We do.
Surely that guy's fun to watch.
Worst team in the last 25 years, they're saying. We got that going for us.
Hey, you got to win, though.
We punted from the 42 yesterday on 4th and 2. That was fun. There's a stat called the cowardice rankings.
Yeah.
Judges it was the 7th most coward play call in history, punting from the 42 yesterday. Down 10, 4th and 2. Real fun team to watch right now.
Divisional game, too, against the best team in the division. Yeah.
We played the Bucs twice, lost by a combined 46 points.
That reminded me of watching the Friday night game between Virginia Tech and Cal, where the interim coaching staff at Virginia Tech, I'm not sure if they were aware of the rules of the game of football, because there were some wild decisions being made at the end of the game, and yet they still won. Luckett, your ticket, man. You might get your over-win ticket with a different head coach.
Never say never. It's alive until it's over. Just like this Kentucky football season. It's still alive. And it ain't over yet. So you want it to be over, but it ain't ending. We've got 5 more weeks. Buckle in.
It feels like a good place to stop this poop show. But hey.
I was going to ask you about Mark Stoops' explanation of the 2-point conversion when you just brought up some play calling stuff. I enjoyed sitting there with you for that one. This is like, that's stupid book. Get that book out of my face. I hate the book.
The book said do it, so I did it. That's stupid anyway. You can tell he loves all the questions about his clock management and decision making.
Can you tell me what chapter that was on so I can open my book up to find that page and bookmark it? Because I'm is it a paperback? Is it an ebook? Is it audio? Like how do you find that page? I need to find that page so I can strike that one out.
All we know about it is it's a stupid book. It's a stupid book. 3 times.
It's a dummy's guide to football analytics. Hey, but they always mention a book. Is there an actual book that is on Amazon that we can get?
I picture like people will go to when they play blackjack in Vegas, they'll literally have that card with the book says do this, and they'll pull it out and they'll be like, oh, I have a 3 and a 7. I'm supposed to do this. I wonder if they have an actual. I'm pulling out our book. Turn to page 17 and let's see if I should go for 2 here.
Or if they have it memorized like a Bible verse. Mark chapter 3 verse 7. I don't know my Bible verses.
I think the thought process
in my safe deposit box after the Nigerian email where if I hold some of his money, that's mine comes right out.
I think the thought process is why you see teams go for 2 when they're down a touchdown or 2 touchdowns, so they can
go for 2 again.
No, well, because if you miss it, the chances are the theory is you have a better than 50% chance to get a 2-point conversion. So if you're down in a game where it's 7s, where you're going to need touchdowns, that would be, I think, the explanation to go for it. Now, should you go for it that early, I think is up for debate. But I think that's the thought process on that. And then if you miss it and you have this comeback, you then know how many scores you would need. But the problem with this really is you got to be able to stop Tennessee in a situation like that. And with any realism, we all knew that was impossible.
I understand the thought process when you're down 14, but I don't think they got close enough to 14. Like it was
20. It was 27-49, so it was a 3 touch. Well, it was a 3 touchdown game, but he really should have went for 2 again to kind of, if you're going to do it, you need to play catch up.
You got to keep going,
yeah. So like they didn't really. I would argue he probably didn't stick to the book.
Yeah. That was my thing. It wasn't the decision to do it. It's like the inconsistency. And forever we hear, well, I went with my gut. But now it's the book, and the book's stupid. Get that stupid book out of here. Who even bought that book?
I've been associated with football for a long time. I have never heard of the term chasing points down 21. I've never heard of the logic of an announcer says, oh, they're chasing points at 21. 21? If it was a weird number, then yes, but not 21. As I remember, 8 times 2 is 16.
It's true.
Even if you score 2, you still down 5. It doesn't get you to a field goal possession. There's no way to get that to under 3 possessions.
Yeah.
It's the Chris Paul meme. Chris Paul hits huge three to cut the lead to 42. That meme.
Unless there was a betting angle. Is there a betting angle on the over? If we would have got 8, did we get to the over? With all this betting stuff, gambling, I mean, maybe Stoops has something in on that.
Oh, man.
Oh, forgot McDouble with Pickles brought up taking the 3 down 21. That was fun, too.
Yeah. He made it, though, right?
Yeah. Got to get your 3.
Yeah. Got to.
Did he make it? Who made it?
Kelly. Yeah, you're right. He didn't make it. It was like a 55-yarder. Yeah.
50-some yarder he missed.
And he missed it short. Yeah.
And I thought he kicked it 60 yards.
Stupid book.
Van, you mentioned the phrase they used, chasing points down 21. What was Tom Hart and Jordan Rogers? What were they saying in the second half? How do you feel, Tom? I mean, that was a lot. That was a lot of time. It was a very long football game. The first quarter took an hour and a half.
I was at practice. I didn't see it.
Oh, you really missed out.
We got a Thursday game. Isn't that something that now, since we're off the rails, that high school football, because of Halloween on Friday, they moved the game to Thursday? Is that not crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah. Our game is on Thursday because of Halloween.
You would think they would just do trick-or-treating different. Yeah.
But Landry has to worry about hiring a new coach. So the governor made an executive decision.
I just like to imagine the governor shows up and he gets handed, all right, so what's on the agenda today? Well, we've got a Department of Education. Does this matter? Do you want to veto this bill? And I think you need to fire Brian Kelly. And it's like, oh, okay.
And pay him $50 million, $50+ million.
Sure. Nobody had a better weekend than Lane Kiffin.
Oh,
I mean, that guy, he gets the big win at Oklahoma in a game that Ole Miss always loses. Now there's another job. They're going to want him. We got a little bidding war between LSU and Florida. Oh, his agent is just like
those Jackson lawyers are ponying up, man. I don't know. Those guys, hey, I don't know. He's gonna make $13 million probably at Ole Miss.
Unrelated to Kiffin having 5 jobs, I loved when he called out the Oklahoma player. I know some people criticized him because you shouldn't really do that. But when he just points at him in that interview, he's like, this guy told me we couldn't score 5 touchdowns. He was chirping me all game. I mean, that dude is just constantly talking trash, and I love it. I can't believe I live in a world where I like Lane Kiffin because I used to hate him. But, man, he's become one of my favorites, and now he's got every job in the country right now in this coaching search.
It took 15 years, but he finally got the orange stank off him. It takes a very long time to get the orange stank off you, but he finally did. We're still stuck with some orange stank on us. Maybe some. Is it what color orange is that for Auburn? Because it's not,
Sienna, burnt sienna. It's a little.
Yeah, it's not quite burnt orange. I actually do like the combo. I think it's a good combo.
Their Wikipedia page calls it burnt orange. So that's a big.
Not quite Texas.
It's not quite Texas burnt. Little medium rare on their orange there.
Well, the War Eagle will be fine over the littlest town on the plains. Another 7:45 SEC Network special. A late night for Kentucky at Auburn. What could go wrong? We'll be back here next Monday to talk about it. For Adam Luckett, Drew Franklin, and Van Hiles, I'm Nick Roush. Go Cats, and God help us.